Hello and welcome back at Transgroom TV. Today we have Sasha the Lhasa Apso to be commercially groomed. Not really Asian style, but some influences are definitely there. But Asian style, normally it's like a shave back, but we will scissor Sasha completely with the blenders. So we will have a natural finish and maybe a little bit Asian fusion in there, but not really real Asian style. First, let's do some prepping work. Here we are doing the nails. We will file a little bit to have all the fine splinters from the nails, all the sharp edges. Here you see us using the cap on the nail grinder. In the cap there's like a little hole, so it's very easy to use our nail grinder that way. You do have to be a little bit careful to remove all the hair, so the hair doesn't get in the nail grinder. Let's do some ears cleaning. Here you see the products we are going to use for cleaning out the ears. You have the Showtek ear wipes, the Showtek ear powder, the Showtek ear care and the tweezers. Here you see us using the powder, the Showtek ear powder, because as soon as you use powder it's very easy to grip and take out the hair. Here we are using the tweezer. Sasha's ears are not very dirty, but to make sure we have everything with us, here you see us using ear wipe. We are wrapping the ear wipe around the ear tweezers, and then we can go into the ear to make sure we have all the excess grease and the excess dirt out of the ear. These special tweezers have no stop. Mini tweezers, when you push them down, they have a stop and you have to twist your thumb to get them open again. These blue ones don't have this, so it's a real easy way of using tweezers. Here you see us using the Showtek ear care. The Showtek ear care is like a gel kind of cleaner, and it's very easy to use because when the dog shakes, the product will not go everywhere. So now we will do some other prep work. First of all, we are going to use the Amigo for cleaning out and clipping between the pads. The Amigo clipper is a very light clipper with non-vibrating. It has a strong motor and the fine teeth are very safe for using between the pads and other small areas. The Amigo has 3 settings. One very short one, which is 1.3 millimeter, which we use for between the pads or shaving the feet for poodles, for example, and the longer setting for like tummies and tails or the mouth. Here we are using the Amigo on the longest setting, which is 1.9 millimeter for clipping the tummy. If you lift the dogs up with the front feet and he doesn't mind and he's relaxed about it, the only place you have to be a little bit careful is at the groin, the little skin here. So go inside, don't go on the skin, but twist your machine or the clipper around and nicely go in the sides with the clipper. Here we are clipping the tail end. We like it very clean there and short. We think Sasha is ready for bathing now. Here we are going to use the Pro Super Clean 40 for the first wash because Sasha has a really greasy skin. Then we are going to use the Romance because the Romance is special for long coats. We have a mixing bottle, and here we have the Ultimate Mask, which we're going to use after the bath. Let's use the shower and use lukewarm water because that's what dogs like very much. Not too warm, especially not too warm. And let's wet Sasha thoroughly. Let's do some washing. We have prepared the Pro Super Clean. We have used 1 spoon on 1 liter of water. The advantage of the Super Clean is it has a fantastic layer and a thick layer, and it's very soapy. It's also a shampoo which is very good for degreasing. It washes very quickly. It also rinses very quickly. As soon as you get water on it, all the foam goes away and you're ready for the second wash. Here you see us preparing the Pro Romance. Normally we use the mixing bottle and we first put water in and we measure up with the shampoo and everything's correct. But if you've been a groomer for a very long time, like 24 years, you have tricks on to do the measurement, and this is what we did today. So we did the shampoo and then the water, and then a little mix, a little shake, and the shampoo's perfect. After a thoroughly wash, like rubbing quite hard, firm on everywhere, we are leaving the shampoo to rest a few minutes to let the active ingredients do its work. And while this is happening, we are preparing the Romance shampoo for the second wash. Romance shampoo is concentrated 5:1. That means you have to do 1 time shampoo and 5 times water. So now the shampoo is ready. Let's do some rinsing. All the active ingredients have done its work now, and with the rinsing, the extra grease and all the dirt will just disappear. I think Sasha has a very nice color as well. And here you see us washing for the second wash, applying the shampoo, and here we go for some rinsing. After rinsing thoroughly, we are then going to be ready for the mask. A few advantages from the Showtech conditioning mask is it penetrates through the hair shaft and it's like nutrition for the coat. It keeps mats away. When drying, you will dry faster. Sasha has no mat, but if you have a difficult coat, it will make the maintenance go better. So we normally leave a few minutes the mask on and then we rinse thoroughly. And now Sasha is ready to do some drying. Today we are using the Groomix Zeppelin dryer. When you use the round nozzle, sometimes can curl the coat, and I will tell you why. Just like when you put the plug out of the bath, the water in the drain turns around. Well, when the air comes out of the muzzle of the Zeppelin dryer, it can also twist, and it can twist the hair in curls. So here today we are using the wide nozzle to have no twisted hair. And also because the wide nozzle is wider and it's not so concentrated, it's not so hard on the coat or the skin. We are doing as much as possible with the Zeppelin, and when the hair is nearly dry, like a little bit damp, then we are going to stop with the force dryer and use the stand dryer. Here we are starting to brush the coat, and we have changed the Zeppelin to the stand dryer now. We have just put the nozzle on the dryer, and now we can use the Zeppelin as the stand dryer. Here you see me using the side slicker, where the dryer goes open. The dryer makes sure the hair opens, and that's exactly where we are brushing. So it's very important to brush where the coat is open, and the warm air will take out all the curly coats, but it has to be still a little bit damp. And that way the hair will be all straight and it will be very easy for scissoring. For the drying, we are doing here a combination. Everything which is short was done with the side slicker, and the longer hair was done with the Yento Mega Pin brush. The Mega Pin brush has very long pins, and it's very easy for taking the curls out of the coat. We are ready for some scissoring. Here you see me using the Utsumi carbon comb. This is a flat comb and it's ideal for scissoring long-haired breeds. It's very, very easy because the whole comb is flat. You can scissor on top of the comb without having to worry about a little edge. For scissoring long-haired coats, we have many different techniques and I will show you a few. Here you see me using the comb. I'm taking it between my finger and thumb and I'm working from away from me and I'm scissoring. I'm lifting each time and scissoring on top of the comb and I'm coming towards me. So this is the first technique. On many long-haired coats it works very well. Sometimes when the coat is very fine it's difficult to do it this way, but then you use the other way. Every time you see me going into the coat and lifting it. And the trick is, if you do that, to lift the comb and lift it at the length you like, but also every time you lift the comb and scissor, the length you use have to be the same. If you can do that, you can perfectly scissor a very nice length. The only thing you have to do is keep your comb always at the same length, your chosen length. And then just by lifting and cutting, each time you lift and cut, you will have a fantastic, natural, beautiful finish. For finishing, for perfectionizing, you can just hold your comb the other way and instead of going from far towards you, you can go from you towards the other side. And then, because the coat is like against direction, you are using the comb, automatically the hairs will jump in the right position and you can just actually move the comb and scissor at the same time. And you don't have to stick to one technique, you can just change. You can go from towards you and you can go away from you from the comb. And also in the sides you can just use the corner of the comb and just lift the hair and just scissor as you like. Don't go into the grain of the hair, that's when you will have, scissor marks. Combing and scissoring and combing and scissoring. Here I'm going to have some help from the Heiniger basic clipper and I'm using a 30 blade with the attachment comb. I'm going to do this for the tummy because it's going to help me. The tummy needs to be short anyway. Wherever I can save some time is good. So here I'm showing you I'm only going to use one side of the blade and that means I won't have any marks. I will have a soft finish. So I'm only using the left side and the left side is getting in contact with the skin and the right side isn't. Here I'm showing the skin again. Actually always have to be very aware of this sensitive place. Here I'm using the right hand side of the clipper and the left hand side is not touching the skin. Also to have a nice finish and to have no real line, so for scissoring then afterwards it's going to be easy. Here I'm showing you what would happen if I would use the full length of the blades. The best technique is to finish the tummy is to go against the grain with the scissors and just keep on going with the natural line of the dog. So we are cutting and we are constantly doing this with our scissor. We are not cutting like this because it's not straight. The tummy is round and the chest is round, so you have to follow the rounding of the dog. When you hold the skin tight with your other hand, it's easier to have a beautiful finish. I'm taking extra long time to finish the area with the genitals because there it needs to be really clean and nice and we have shaved there. And for me it's very important to have the finish between the shaving and the cutting very beautiful. So here you see me lifting the hair from the shoulders again with my comb. So here I don't have my two hands, so I'm just lifting the hair and scissoring and combing again, lifting, scissoring. I went over the coat once and then I combed again and I scissored again. Because the ears are in the way, I'm here using an elastic to tie up the ears. But if you do that, please be safe and put your scissor or your hands or your comb between the rubber band and the ear to make sure the rubber band is not on the ear. If the rubber band is on the ear, it's very uncomfortable for the dog, and if it takes a long time, the ear can actually die off. So just please be careful. Don't ever put rubber bands on the ear itself. And I'm here using the Ergoline blending scissor from Yento. I'm using the comb and I'm going away, not towards me. You don't have to stick to one technique. If it doesn't work one way, just use the other way. It doesn't really make a difference. Okay, big difference, other side. Let's have a look slowly to this technique. So here you see me holding the comb about 45 degrees on top of the dog and sliding away from me while I'm scissoring on top of the comb. The hair automatically jumps where I have to scissor, so it's fantastic. The hair jumps into my scissors and I'm constantly slowly moving the comb away from me. Then I'm turning around the comb and I'm moving the comb towards me while I'm lifting and scissoring. So here I'm lifting, scissoring, letting go, lifting again, and every time I lift and scissor, I am keeping the comb at exactly the same length away from the coat. It means when I want 2 centimeters, I will keep my comb there, and each time I scissor, I'm going to keep my comb at the same length away from the skin. Using these two techniques, up and down, until I have a perfect finish. You can freely scissor if you like as well. If you freely scissor, the only thing you have to do, if the coat is long, don't cut horizontally, go with or against the coat, and then you will have no scissor marks. Also, do a few times or a couple of times with your scissor and then comb, and again a couple of times and comb again, and then you will have no scissor marks. And if the dog lets you do this, you can lift the front legs to do the tummy. So the tummy between where you have clipped has a beautiful finish and a beautiful from very short to a long coat. Here as well you see me doing the top of the leg, under the tail, and here I'm at the shoulders. Actually the most difficult part here is not the scissoring, it's the lifting with the hair and making sure before you scissor that the hair is in the right position. Here I'm doing the neck. And as you can see, I'm actually never cutting at the same place. So I'm going like from down, up, like 3 times. Then I'm going beside it, like 2 centimeters to the left, up, and then once more up, and then I'll comb. And I'm constantly using the comb. So this is my little trick, to have the hair straight and to have the hair, in the right position before I use the scissors. You see me using the quick fix spray, and I'm changing to the scissoring comb. I'm using the scissoring comb for the feet and for the legs because the teeth are finer and I can easier lift the hair with that comb. I don't like the elbows to stick out too much, so I'm trying to go really short, and I'm not really going to do the feet very short, but here at the shoulders and the elbows I like it where it's a little slim. I like to do the front and the back first, and I'm careful not to do the sides too short, so I have a nice round foot and not triangle. I'm going around the pads with my scissors, and I don't like to go over the pads with my scissors, so I always try to do around the pads and never scissor on top of the pads to prevent accidents. Here you see me using the curved scissor, and the curved scissor is just another way of scissoring. I didn't learn with a curved scissors, so I really have to like think about using curved scissors, because you can do everything with a straight scissor, but if you use curved scissors, it's just like a little quicker and a little easier because the scissor is already curved. If you don't have a curved scissors, you don't have to buy a curved scissor. You can do everything with a straight scissor. And here we go doing the head. So I'm just going to take out the rubber bands here, and I don't want to, you know, take any risks, so I always take out the rubber bands and I cut them on my finger. If you put a scissor in there, it's possible you do break some hairs. I don't really like to do that, so I always use the band scissor, and I first always take the rubber band away from the hair before I cut the bands. I'm just going to finish doing the neck here a bit shorter. Here you see me using the comfy container, which is an easy way to store your rubber bands. And you can just open it up and have a few rubber bands coming out, or if you're lucky, you can have one coming out. It's difficult there because here, just below the ear, the hair is like curly because it grows upwards here, and here it grows downwards. The only thing you can do is use the comb very much and scissor and comb until you have the finish you desire. Here I'm just going below from the beard, and I'm going to just make it round. I'm not going to go very short, as natural as possible. Combing everything up, everything which is sticking out too much in front of the eyes. Let's pretend it's windy and the dog goes out and the wind blows everywhere, so I tend to comb it left, comb it right, towards me, back. When you comb it in all directions and you cut nicely everywhere which sticks out, I think you're going to have a very natural finish. I'm using some lacquer, a backcombing comb, and I'm just going to give some volume, put some lacquer on, a little lacquer, only a little bit. And also I'm always keeping my hands in front of the eyes. We have some volume now, and we can make like a top knot which is a bit thicker. And here we are using the back from the backcombing comb to comb some backcombing out. And here I'm putting the elastic in, and I'm turning the elastic like 3 times. I'm like pulling it a little backwards. I'm gonna slide it in 2, trying to find a little bit in the middle, a little bit of hair. And now with my other hand I'm gonna hold it, and I'm gonna take the elastic towards us. Let's choose some bows. As Sasha is a boy, I would choose a bit, you know, not too pink. Here we go, putting a bow in. I'm just combing the hair up, and wherever it's in front of the eyes, I'm trying to cut it so it's nicely and you see the nice eyes. I was trying to make it on the lips very short, but Sasha didn't like it very much, so we had to do it nice and slowly. Sometimes when you're clipping around the nose and around the lips, the dogs can be very frightened because they don't like the feeling of the scissor. What I normally do then, I just take my hands and my fingers and I rub it. I rub them here to get them used to the feeling, and then quickly I'm gonna scissor it. Let's do some clipping at the back legs. Here again you see me not going over the pads with the scissor. Making the feet as round as possible, and I'm using a curved scissor. I'm using the Ergo 20 centimeter curved scissor, Ergo line from Yento. So here you see me using the prime scissor again, the very small blender, and I'm just using it because it was there, and on the little feet on the pads, between the pads, I was using it to do the finishing. And now I'm doing the rounding with the curved shears again. And I like to put the feet on the table and then to go around the feet with the scissors. So here you see me combing all the hair down and going with my hand slowly down towards the feet, and where I'm at the feet I'm lifting the hair up and I'm scissoring nice around the pads. The only thing you cannot do when you do that is twist your hand around circular, because when you do that you won't have a good finish. You can just comb a few times again and go over it, and it won't be as much work as it would have been if you would just kept the dog paws on the table. At the inside of the leg you see the slow motion what we're doing. The inside of the leg I was combing and then I was scissoring, and I was like pulling with my scissors away, and each time I pulled away I saw where I had to scissor the next time. So here you see me combing in slow motion, and you see the hairs upwards, standing upwards, and exactly where I am scissoring. You just see where I had to scissor after I combed the hair up. And here I'm using the scissoring comb, the Yento scissoring comb, lifting up the hairs at the side of the legs. Here I'm showing the angulation at the back. For me, I like it when it's nice and round. At the hocks, it goes in, and there it creates a nice angulation. Here you see me putting the comb really close to the hock and lifting the hair, and here I am scissoring on the comb, but I'm really going very close to the skin. And this is going to create the nice angulation in the back. Lifting up one leg, so you see perfectly where to scissor, and each time I've scissored I'm combing again, lifting up the hair. Finishing touches at the tummy once more. Here again at the bottom of the legs I'm lifting up the hair with the comb and scissoring on top of the comb. Finishing touches. Here you see Sasha finished. Sasha is a Lhasa Apso, which is commercially groomed and still not clipped, so it's not short at the back. It's like teddy bear. It's all even clipped, and everything was done with a blending scissor. You can use these techniques on any long-haired breed to finish them a natural way without having clipper lines or without having long and short hair sticking out. It's a very fun and easy way to finish. Here you see some more pictures of Sasha before and after his grooming. This was Kitty for Transgroom TV. I hope you've enjoyed the movie, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write them down below. Thank you, and see you next time on Transgroom TV.